Hey you guys, it is KlaireeBerry and I'm here today to bring to you the Solana birth chart video. So we are going to jump right in. Y'all can do your research, on Solana and what it is. I've had a lot of requests for it. I've been meaning to look into it for a really long time now. And I feel like if I didn't already have so much going on this weekend, I would probably have more invested already in Solana and have looked into it already. So just full disclosure. So jumping right in, we have Solana has the sun in Aquarius in the 10th house. So going to be real big on the early innovation. Yeah, this is Solana is something that is very much able to find the truth. The truth just naturally comes. They're just very much able to get to the bottom of things and be able to figure things out and have this kind of early ideas before anybody else. They just write them all down, they get it out, and it's good. I mean, they've got this whole different system. It's proof of history. It works. It's just like kind of came out of nowhere, but they've really got, I would say almost genius people behind them, and they have set up, Solana in a very good way, I think, because again, you'll notice some themes as we go through, but just being socially recognized and this early innovation, there's a lot of Aquarius in there, that out-of-the-box thinking that can be really good if it's harnessed. And this Aquarius sun, I think, is definitely harnessed by the Capricorn moon, and we kind of like to see that, these inner workings, these Capricorns and these Virgos, but this is the moon in Capricorn in the 9th house, so you get that kind of serious, reserved, more mature, yet very interesting and beautiful and profitable sort of energy here, like on the inside. There's a lot of learning. And it's being able to put that learning and those ideas, put them to use functionally, practically, in a way that works. Just good business energy there. Again, Capricorn in the 9th house. So that's just, you're going to have some, some just instinctual, again, instinctual genius, you could say, that kind of comes through with that combination. Okay, so we have Mercury is in Aquarius in the 10th house. So you have more about, but this is just greatness, like accomplishments, social recognition. I mean, I love that we get the 8 there, and it's busy, busy, busy. Like this is good. Again, I think, to have the mental be so accomplished. The intellect here is, again, just top tier. It really is. You can just, it seeps, it oozes out of every single aspect. Very, again, open-minded. Okay, the old ways of doing things and thinking, we don't feel the need to conform in any way. There's that rebellious aspect, again, that we kind of like to see in our cryptos. Somebody that's got an edge that can withstand the FUD that is eventually, gonna come their way. Because, again, we know that certain people in this world definitely do not want, the public to be able to have these things. They don't want the changes. So the innovation here is coming through anyway. It's coming through. Get ready. It's definitely bringing the heat here. So good deal there. That again, the way that it's set up from the bottom to the top, what it's going to be able to do, again, it's going to have so much social recognition and success because of how smart it is and how open-minded it was in its inception. Okay, Mars is for Solana in Sagittarius in the 7th house. Okay, very, very adding to this popular. Okay, very vigorous was the word that I already had, but this just amplifies that to the max. Now, this is those ideals. We will die for XYZ, the idealism there, but again, very popular, very successful. Again, you see there's a lot of action, a lot of growth, a lot of movement, a lot of fire. So we have the sun conjunct the Venus in the natal chart. So that sun is in Aquarius and that Venus in Pisces. This just, again, you can't get enough of the social and the pleasure. Ooh, okay. We have the Death card for this aspect, and this is well liked. Okay, it's interesting that it comes through like this. This is like the sweetest maiden of death that you've ever heard of. And again, we were just talking about like some people don't want this change, but some people do, and they need this change, and they need the rebuilding that it's going to be able to do here. This also reminds me of something that came up with that Saturn and Capricorn in the 8th house. There's something to do with like property and insurance and inheritance. I think that just that Saturn, the way that it's going to be really, really functional here and end up working, it's going to come out, you know, doing business in some of these areas of life. Again, dealing with property, possibly, you know, like inheritances, like I said, just the corporate side of this, the banking and the insurance and the inheritances and things like that. Like this is going to be a really smart setup for that type of industry. I believe, but it's going to be well liked, even though it's in that area. I mean, just the social energy here is so good. So I think it's really going to be, again, kind of helping people, and that's always good. So there are some difficulties possible, you know, with the Venus square natal Mars there. I don't think it's going to be really anything big. I really don't think it's that possible. It's just like maybe ups and downs, literally doesn't even, you know, I don't see that really causing much trouble. It's just not that bad, really. But Venus is, let's see, in Pisces in the 10th house. So again, we have that 10th house, that social, that passionate, professional, you know, social standing, and, you know, kind of that social climber here. Okay, there's a stability, as we say, social climber, stability here. Okay, the sun is conjunct natal Mercury, and that's just mental success. There's our swords, our healing. There is an element, there was another element of healing. It wasn't anything specific that I wrote down, just kind of a theme that popped up in the general, just looking at everything all together. I mean, I could go for hours into the charts, but, you know, we just want to know the nuts and the bolts is usually good, especially if you can pick up on the themes. So, yeah, just that, again, that's social energy. Wow. It's like, it's, you know, some cryptos are into like fun and exciting things. I think the practicalities here, again, this is the nuts and the bolts, you know. Is this going to be almost like an everyday thing? Like Solana, you were probably all going to end up using Solana like soon for a lot of just general things, and maybe not even, you know, I don't know. It's interesting, but it's like there's no negative. There's not. It's just so well liked, and so it's respected. You can really tell it's respected. So again, that just falls back on that, you know, the fact that it works. It was set up well. It's practical. It's functional. It works. So let's see. Where were we? We have Sun. We talked about Sun conjunct natal Mercury, where that's just like that mental success and satisfaction in life. Again, very new, very fresh, very avant-garde there, and bringing in, this is like helping to usher in, you know, the age of Aquarius here, really, to be quite honest. And with that, we have Jupiter and Scorpio in the 6th house, more about, you know, the financial success, the social standings, and then back to the themes of finding the truth. Scorpio, Jupiter and Scorpio will always be able to get to the bottom of it, find it out, and serve it up to the public. And that's why that respect comes in, because it's so well trusted. People will trust Solana with their lives, with their deaths, with their houses, with their homes. This is good. This is good. Getting a little bit of chills here going on. It's just, again, you can see how practical. It's not like super fun and exciting, but the social, you can tell that it's going to do well financially, because that's what's going to have, this like social fire, you know, that burns for it as well. Okay, and we already talked about, let's see, that Saturn and Capricorn in the 8th house. Some other kind of just themes that also came up. Just having a good reputation, having, you know, always looking good, you know, because not to say, oh, it can do no wrong, but there's really, you know, there's not a lot of scary, you know, aspects coming through at all. There's the healing aspect, as I mentioned. There is a little bit, like, if you were going to pull out some negativity, it would be kind of wasteful. There might be like that over idealism leading to some waste. There's also a little bit of like sacrifice that comes in. So we'll take a closer look at that for sure as the weeks go on here. But there's definitely like this aspect of hope and bringing in, almost kind of ushering in hope, and again, kind of helping people maybe when they're at their lowest, and again, helping to bring in some healing in some way. I'm not, you know, sure on the specifics on that, of course, but definitely something that the people I think that are having a good faith in this are going to, you know, have a good ride here again, because just there's so much like that when you have that great combination of innovation, practicality, you know, doing things right and being loved. That's when you know it's a good crypto. So that is what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Much love, many blessings. Thanks for the request, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.